Hi, you're watching FedScoopTV. I'm Colby Hockmuth. I'm standing here on the rooftop at 1800 F Street, GSA's new renovated headquarters, where FedScoop is getting a behind-the-scenes look at their new innovative space. So Anthony, maybe you can just start off by talking about this concept and from its origin to today, how it all started.
Sure. I think the first thing you have to recognize is there are many drivers, but two drivers to look at is real estate itself, and tends to be in most organizations the second largest operating cost after its people, and the other driver is its people, your people. So we were able to look at the whole process and say, okay, how can we use this project to not only renovate and refresh our space, but also support our people. So the consolidation was driving towards both pieces. One piece was physical real estate consolidation, so actual cost savings and reduction of our real estate. So basically the challenge posed was, what would it take to move all of DC area GSA into one building? So that lit kind of our burning platform. So we had 3 other buildings in the DC area, and we had our headquarter building. So the idea was quite simple. If we consolidate those 3 buildings into one, we would be saving on our real estate and our carbon footprint and our physical footprint. So that was one side of the story, is actual real estate reduction. The other side was looking at our people and where work is going, and how modern work is transforming. So we really saw the real estate consolidation in our space, our physical design of our space, which is GSA's business, as an opportunity to transform the organization. So, with cloud computing and, iPhones and just the nature of work has changed, and the workspace hasn't necessarily caught up with the way modern work is done. So looking at both drivers, both real estate reduction and workforce transformation, it provided us a fantastic opportunity.
So how has this sort of new innovative environment changed the workflow at GSA?
Oh, it's completely changed. So a couple of principles of the building. So, and again, I think that what's critical to understand is that the design of the building is an enabler to kind of a transformed workforce, a work pattern. So the space is very collaborative, it's very open. As you can see here, this is a floor filled with conference rooms and natural light. All our conference rooms, which are behind me, have glass, so the natural light flows in. Also, every conference room has at least one wall that's floor-to-ceiling whiteboards, if not 2. Almost all our conference rooms have TVs. The building operates on Wi-Fi. So even internally to the building, people are mobile. Yes, you do a lot of concentrated, isolated work, but it's also balanced with time spent in meetings, also times in small groups and teams. So the building is designed to that. So you can have kind of your isolated time at a workstation, you can go to a small teaming room, or you can do an impromptu team-based conversation at a round table at a light field, just like this here. So again, the design of the building is enabling collaboration, transparency, and teamwork, quite frankly, and which is, problems are getting more complicated, and that's, they're solved by collaboration and teamwork and generation of ideas, and not only here in the workforce, but also in your internal organization, but kind of the global community at large, which is, who knows where they are, where you're tapping into information. So part of the open design here is not only for us to have internal mobility, but also understanding of external mobility with other organizations and other subject area matters.
And what role has leadership played in this?
Leadership is key. So one of the first moves that our administrators have done is they modeled the behavior that they felt was necessary. So in our building, you could go visit the administrator's office, which is this, currently the second largest office in government. It's beautiful. It's got beautiful wood paneling and a working fireplace. And the first move that was done was to move out of that office into a shared open space. Because it used to be like coming to visit the wizard. There was his desk right in the back, and you had kind of an army of receptionist to get through. The first move was to get out of that space, and we've turned that space into a communal conference room. So now anyone in the organization could benefit from that space and use it as a conference space. It's flexible. There's movable tables and chairs that could be designed in many different ways. But the leadership is sitting in an open space design in a workstation that's equal to every other workstation here in the organization. So it's modeling that behavior. And these workspace consolidations, yes, there's a financial part to it, but it's also it's a pulse check on the organization's health. The ability for the organization to kind of adapt and modernize. And so in order to have that conversation, leadership not only needs to be bought in, but needs to be leading the charge in modeling behavior. So we're very, very proud that all our leaders fit in very similar space as every other employee and is following the same protocols and culture.